I'm your tutor.
Okay.
I'm gonna be teaching you about the Aeons and the Pavs. Whoa.
I need to ace this. I need
Yeah,
to ace
you.
my
There will
finals.
there will be pop quizzes in the middle.
Shit.
First, we'll be starting with the elation.
Oh.
Where do we start? Let's talk about how they became an Aeon. This is one of the only Aeons with like a quote unquote backstory, I guess. Uh, I don't know if this is true. It's in the game, but I think it's kind of funny. Uh, if you don't know, imaginary tree. The universe is an
Oh.
imaginary tree. Just imagine a
Of
big
course I
yellow tree or
know.
some shit.
I
They
know about the
climbed.
imaginary.
Apparently, before they became an Aeon, they climbed the tree. But pretend that's Aha before they ascended, okay? They climbed the tree and they saw a baby fall on its head. Pretend this is a baby falling on its head, and then they cried, and then the baby cried, and then Aha saw this and was like, joy emoji. That was so fucking funny. LOL. I'm rolling on the imaginary tree, laughing my ass off. LMAO. They laughed so fucking hard that they became an Aeon. So they ascended to Aeonhood and became Aha. Anyway, Aha doesn't do much. Uh, Aha for some reason is a fucking weirdo. They saw a worm and they decided I'm gonna make this worm an emanator, my emanator. See if they can join the Genius Society. So they
Oh.
gave their whole Pav's power to that fucking worm, and then of course the worm couldn't join the Genius Society. What do you think? The worm Aha took away the powers, and then the worm instantly fucking died. Um, there's also the Astral
Rest in
Express
peace.
incident where Aha disguises themselves as like a refugee, and then they boarded the express for several Amber eras. And then when the moment came, they fucking blew up half the express. Pretend this is the express, and then like boom, boom, gone, just all gone. Anyway, their followers are the masked fools, and morning actors. I don't know about the morning actors. You know Sparkle? Sparkle. I hate Sparkle, dude. Pretend this. That's like Sparkle's mask. I'm really good at drawing. Anyway, next we got Akavili the Trailblaze. They're missing. There's not much to say. They were part of the Extra Express. They established this like long ass railway to like connect a lot of like places in the universe. Choo choo. They pretend that's a train.
Okay.
They also visited Outer Villain, but we'll come back to that later. Uh,
Oh.
Next up we got Enna, the Order. Not much to say about her. I mean them either. Oh my god, guys, remember
They're gone.
they're called they're gone. They were a major player in the swarm disaster. We'll get there eventually. They got assimilated by Shipe after the events of the swarm disaster. So just imagine like eat
Oh.
eaten. Yeah, that's about it. I
Oh.
guess like they were like just imagine like a dictator. I
Oh.
think I don't know. Fu Li, the Remembrance. I have a lot to say about this motherfucker. They are one of the most enigmatic Aeons, and they only appear during like times of disasters, such as
Oh.
uh the followers are the Memo Keepers, Memo Snatchers, and Cremators of the Garden of Recollection. I think a lot of people know this already. The followers are all turned to Memetic agents by Fu Li, so like kind of pseudo emanators. I like to consider them pseudo emanators, I guess. They only appear to document disasters, or maybe it's the other way around. Who knows? Anyway, the realm, the Eden of Blessed Insight, is like a place full of memories. So like, imagine like these are memory bubbles and shit, and like Fuli is like a collection of them. I guess they're a hoarder. I don't know. Uh, they apparently, I guess they want to like rebirth the universe after it's ended with memories. I don't know how that's
Oh.
gonna work. Maybe they're stupid. Claims say that they ascended to Aeonhood during the swarm disaster, uh, as like in an attempt to like document all the stars and stuff that were consumed by the Veracity during the storm disaster over here.
Ooh.
They, them, Ouroboros, the Veracity. Herta says that this is probably not true because, well, memory bubbles already existed long before that. And,
Ooh. Theory
we
disproven. Ooh.
gulp. Fully very important for the story of Amphoreus. Scary. They also
Yeah.
appeared during the Border Star Trade War. Actually, no, was it? No, no, no. They appeared during Louis Fleming's retirement speech, and I guess they had an eye to eye. They also they people at the time when Fuli first appeared, they managed to document three things, which is Noose's free unchangeable moments. Uh, who else? Miphis's riddle, which had no question, only an answer, and the finality. I'm using Elio, the cat thing. I think that's Elio. I don't know. There's no actual formal
Yeah, it's
finality.
Elio. The people think it's Elio.
Finalities and like little fucking like little words. Something about a flower and blood. Who cares? Silk accessory. Silk accessory suited for a woman. I remember now. Anyway, moving on to Who, the Equilibrium. Not much to say about Who. I guess they also played a part in the storm disaster. The cool thing they did was like I guess during the first mechanical war, when Memphis tried to interfere with the mechanical war by moving Polka Kakamon's scalpel up just a bit to like not kill Rupert one,
Oh.
who could not stand by and let that happen. They were like, "Fuck you, Memphis," and they undid Memphis's like change. So I guess they're ops. I don't know who undid the change, and Polka Kakamon killed Rupert one and fulfilled one
Woo.
of, and then who I guess did that, and then like Polka Kakamon killed Rupert one. So
Fulfilled one of the
mechanical
moments.
war ended. Yippee! IX the Nihility. I like to think that IX is literally the laziest Aeon because they literally do nothing. Their belief is that like, oh, if anything I do won't matter if the universe ends anyway. So they quite literally they just do nothing.
Uh.
They they do nothing. They don't interfere with Aeons. They don't interact with other Aeons. Their followers are called the Self Annihilators, and then you got like Acheron as the Emanator, I guess. Let me pull up an image of Acheron.
I
Uh,
weep for the departed.
I weep for the departed. I weep for the departed. I think the most notable thing about IX in lore is that apparently the Annihilation Gang, we'll get to those guys later, they wanted to kill an Aeon and they decided to try and kill IX because they do nothing, they're lazy, they probably just take it up the ass. Uh, uh, so with the help of a certain Aeon, can you guess who it is?
Oh. Oh. With a.
Who loves to interfere with human activities just for the
Oh.
fun of it?
Must be who.
Who
Oh.
who would never think this might be a
Aha,
who?
bro.
Yeah, Aha was like, yeah, sure, that sounds fun. I'll help you out. So Aha says, I'll help the Annihilation Gang kill IX, and that did not go well. We know what happened to the Annihilation Gang.
Yup.
Go 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 go! I weep for the departed. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Idrilla the beauty. At first, I thought Idrilla had nothing special about them, but apparently not. They're apparently missing in action, according to the Knights of Beauty, but at the same time, according to the Mirror Holders, they're dead. So, who knows? But, according to the Mirror Holders, they believe that they can revive Adrilla if they collect enough relics and mirror shards, which they claim to be pieces of Adrilla themselves. This is also backed up by the Intelligentsia Guild and Fushuen, who also believe that their efforts can, in fact, revive Idrilla. Revive, second coming of Idrilla, I guess. Moving on, we got Yao Shu, the Abundance. I don't know what to say about Yao Shu. I guess they bless plants with like their abundance, their namesake. The Shanzhou Alliance used to worship Yao Shu, I guess, because like they seek them out for like because they wanted immortality. Big mistake.
Mhm.
Yao Shu blessed them with the ambrosial arbor. However, after like several tragedies and wars and stuff like that, and the fact that immortal races, long age races, can be afflicted with the Mara, they the Shenzhou Alliance decided to turn to the hunt and swore to eliminate the abundance. Whoa,
Okay.
land.
Oh.
I have a
Oh.
lot to say about this motherfucker. The Rainbow Arbiter, according to the Shanzhou Alliance, allegedly was a hero of the Shanzhou Alliance who dealt with the Flint Emperor. So basically, they made a deal, like in turn for their power to fight against the abundance. You know, they fired a shot so fucking powerful that they fucking died. But they managed to blow up the planet that was inflicted by the abundance. Like this motherfucker really hates Yao Shi, like Omega Op, Omega Op. Like really fucking hates Yao Shi. They want them dead, dude. Like if your planet has a like slight infection of the abundance, expect a Lux arrow from this motherfucker. Prentennis is like a Lux arrow. Yep. I like to call land the Aeon of friendly fire because in lore they have shot a lot of Lux arrows for the Shanzhou Alliance and also killed a lot of people from the Shanzhou Alliance despite blessing them. Apparently their Lux arrows are faster than light and blow up planets, so that's cool, I guess. Anyway, the Galaxy Rangers also follow them because they're like too many evildoers in the galaxy. It's up to us to like use violence to fight violence.
Yeah.
Anyway, fuck Yao Shi, fuck Yao Shi, and ultimately fuck Yao Shi. You get the gist. Long the permanence. I really don't have much to say about Long. I guess their signs are like the Viviatara, Dong Hung Il,
Mhm.
Dragon People, shit like that. They are missing.
No.
Gone. Let me increase my brush size. That is too big.
It's too big.
Memphis, the Enigmata. I like to call them the child of remembrance because they are quite literally born from the remembrance. They live to challenge Noose's certainty and obscure information from Fuli. Like anything that Fuli documents or notes down, fuck that. Fuck your certainty as well. Uh, I already wrote down ops here. I don't know what I don't even remember what I wrote here. Op,
Uh-huh.
and now also
Uh-huh.
an op. I have a lot.
Uh-huh.
They were
Oh, the
see.
amount of
Apparently,
ops, bro.
they're probably also weak Aeon, considering Land is considered a weak Aeon because they live to counter Yao Shi, and Memphis lives to counter Fuli. So I'm just gonna assume they're also weak. Apparently, they were seen manifesting by the Astral Express at some point. I don't remember.
Huh.
In my opinion, I think the Enigmata and Remembrance are more closely linked than we think as of now. Because, like an example, I guess, like when the Remembrance and Enigmata intertwine, the dreamscape is formed. Ah, Penacony, Penacony, Penacony. The followers are called the history fictionologists, and they make up history. I don't know what to tell you, man. Go 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 Gulp, Nanook, Nanook. They
The youngest.
ascended. They are the youngest Aeon. They ascended to Aeonhood after their planet, Adavillan, which I said we'll get back to. During when I was talking about Akavili, their planet was ravaged by the remnants of the Swarm and Mechanical Wars, and they ascended to Aeonhood because they thought the universe's mistake. So I'm just gonna destroy everything. When they ascended,
Ooh.
they blew up their whole fucking star system. Just they pretend is like they're like the sun. Add a villain, I don't know. And then from their flames of the destruction came this guy called like the Duke. I don't remember the fucking Duke of the Annihilation Gang. The fucking Annihilation Gang. Nanook really hates the Annihilation Gang because they think that the Annihilation Gang is just embracing destruction in like a tasteless manner. Uh, they have
Ooh.
like a few Lore Ravagers, which is their Emanators. All the Lore Ravagers like counter a specific path. Notably, recently in Amphorius, the Amphorius store, we learn about Iron Tomb. Iron Tomb really, Iron Tomb is like made to counter Noose, probably killing Noose. I don't know, maybe Noose will die. Anyway, speaking of Noose, we got Noose the Edition. Imagine Chat GPT, but like really fucking like advanced, I guess.
Too
They were
smart.
created by this genius guy called Xandar1. No spoilers for version 3.5 about Noose. Apparently they are always calculating stuff. I don't know. They had these scepters and shit. Anyway, whenever they cast their gaze at someone, they are invited to the Genius Society.
Oh,
This motherfucker is the sole reason that we have Nanook. So take that how you will. I don't know.
huh.
And I guess you can say the Enigmata, since Enigmata kind of opposes erudition and blah 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 blah. Anyway, without Noose, we wouldn't have the mechanical war. We wouldn't have Nanook. Fuck you, Noose. I'm sorry.
Should you say fuck you, Zen?
We got Ouroboros the Veracity. I don't have much to say about Ouroboros.
Eats.
They eat a lot. Apparently, they are one of the only Dusk Leviathan. I mean, they're the only Dusk Leviathan to ascend to Aeonhood. We'll get to Dusk Leviathans when we talk about Quofoff. Uh,
Oh.
they were the first Aeon to fight against the Swarm disaster because I guess they saw like Tazenrom like fucking themselves so hard that they started constantly reproducing, and they were like, "You can't do that. I'll eat your whole family." Maybe that's a king. Who knows? Anyway,
They're in
after
on
the
it,
events
bro.
of the Swarm disaster, they just went missing.
Oh.
Sources say it's
No.
probably still possible to find them out there in the universe, and there are people like in the IPC Intelligentsia Guild. Maybe the Genius Society is still continuing their search for Ouroboros. For what? I don't fucking know. People are just weird. Quilfoff, the preservation. We all know about Quilfoff, the Amber Lord. IPC sucks them off so fucking hard. They're apparently the oldest known Aeon. Apparently ascended to Aeonhood during the Dusk Wars, ultimately putting an end to the Dusk Wars. The Dusk Wars were
Huh.
basically this like war between. I actually don't know. I just know Leviathans were around at the time. The IPC heavily censors the Dusk Wars, and apparently, according to the IPC, when Quilfoff ascended to Aeonhood, uh, all the Leviathans were killed, and therefore Dusk
Oh.
Wars ended. The Intelligentsia Guild heavily challenges this claim, as there is evidence that Leviathans existed long after the Dusk Wars. Uh, Quilfoff, they wish to build walls to like isolate planets and protect them from Leviathans, which kind of goes against what the IPC is doing, considering the IPC wishes to establish a lot of trade and therefore connect a lot of planets. So I don't know what that's about. On to the big bad. Tazenrom for the propagation. Where do I even begin? Okay, just imagine a bug that's so fucking lonely that they fuck themselves so hard and became an Aeon and start reproducing at such a fast rate that like the whole universe like felt their like gooning was like destroying it.
Uh.
Anyway, during the swarm
Oh.
disaster, Veracity was like eating their fucking family. So like uh Enna saw this and said, "You can't do that, Op." Enna went to go ask Quilfoff for help, and Quilfoff was like, "Okay." I don't know what part of the deal Enna's deal was. What part like Enna's like Enna and Quilfoff made a deal. Okay, we don't know what happened here. And then Aha was like, I'm gonna go make my followers go like deal with the swarm disaster because it would be futile and pointless and it would be kind of fucking funny. So another op, and then who was like, hey, you can't do that. That's messing with my entropy and shit. Also an op, and then CP fucking assimilated Enna ate her up, ate them up, and then CP was like, hey, you can't do that either. So op as well. And then Kofal was like, oh fuck you, I'm an op now because I'm like holding up my deal with Enna. Op. All of them are ops. Meanwhile, IX over here doing fucking jack shit. Jack shit. This fucking useless motherfucker. I hate IX. Anyway, Aha and Enna watched as Quilfoff constantly slammed their hammer against Tazenron. Maybe that's a kink, I don't know. But like with every slam came a bit of power like drained from Tazenron. And apparently Akavili also saw this and was like, you're also an op of me. I don't know why. Maybe Akavili just like wanted to join in. They were like, yeah, this seems fun. Why the fuck not? Apparently at the end, Tazenronf was like willing to like give up their ability to self propagate in an attempt to be spared, but like the Aeons were like, no, fuck you. They're all mad against Tazenronf. Where's who? Oh yeah, Voracity. And with the combined efforts of all those Aeons, Tazenronf was felled. That doesn't mean that the
Ooh,
swarm disaster isn't still around. There's still like remnants of it going around fucking with planets. Anyway, on to Terminus. I really have nothing to say, not much to say about Terminus. Terminus, the interesting about thing about Terminus, the finality is that they travel backwards in time and are constantly sleeping, and like they sleep talk, and like people who listen are able to like gain prophecies and predict shit. I guess that's how Elio does it. That's how Elio gains like the prophecies in the script and shit like that. You know,
hmm,
I think the Stellaron Hunters are followers of the finality,
they
considering
are.
they work under Elio. Stellaron Hunters, and that's it. That's all we know about Terminus. Maybe. I think people are saying like Terminus is an op of Akavili because technically Akavili is all about like the journey and like the finalities, like the finale shocking. I guess we can bring up Poka Kakamon, the Lord of Silence, while we're here. Uh, the Lord of Silence is a genius, a part of the Genius Society. Shocking, I know. They kill anyone that researches. They kill any other like genius that researches into the finality or inches us closer to the finality. So who knows what's up with that? Herda did make a note on Nanook saying it's odd that Nanook as even exists as an Aeon because technically their path to destruction does kind of fall into the same area as the finality and equilibrium. So perhaps there's more to Aeons that we don't know. We'll never know.
Hmm.
Weird. No one likes this guy. Also apparently Akavili. I know that we're like jumping back and forth, but like Akavili apparently went to Adavilin during its like during while it was getting ravaged by the remnants of the swarm. So maybe he could have met Nanook before they ascended. I don't know. I don't know. On to the last Aeon. Zipe the Harmony. The one who fucking vored Enna. Not much to say about Zipe, I guess. I guess Their followers are like the family of Penacony. Uh, Mr. Gopher Wood. This guy pretended he worshipped Zipe, but ultimately was evil and evil. The Order. Insert the
Ooh,
Sunday incident of trying to revive Anna, the Order, and failing because we're so fucking awesome. We stopped him. Why does life slumber?
hell yeah.
Cause someday we will wake up from our dreams. The night is still too short. Pop quiz.
Oh
Pop
shit.
pop quiz.
Uh
Eh, I don't know. I have nothing to ask.
huh.
This is pop quiz. What does uh what is an emanator?
Fuck. Uh, Aeon giving their power to a person.
Okay, an emanator is basically like I embrace this path so fucking hard that like I can actually draw power from the path itself instead of just being a path strider. Because technically, IX did not make Acheron a fucking emanator. She just became one herself. Don't ask me how. So like, it's either that or like you get gazed at by the Aeon themselves, Lord Ravagers. Cough, cough. Phynon will become a Lord Ravager. Cough. Pseudo emanators like lands, like generals of the Shenzo Alliance. Land directly blesses them, but they're technically not emanators. That's about it for Aeons and Paths. That's like this is like the most basic information of Honkai Star Rail.
But a lot of people don't know about this.
This is why I'm making this. This is very important, guys. I'm just saying. I feel like Memphis is gonna play a big part in Amphorius. Saying it right here. While I'm here, I'm gonna gonna just shill my game theory. I'm just saying, guys. Child of Remembrance. And guess who else is a Child of Remembrance? Evernight. Is they in Amphorius? This the story. You know how the memo keepers are like, oh, child of remembrance? Question mark earring. And guess who else is question mark? Ooh, Memphis. Her memo sprite is a jellyfish. Guess who else is a jellyfish? Ooh, Memphis is a
Oh.
jellyfish. Who is a child of remembrance? March 7th, Evernight. But who else is also a child of remembrance? Memphis. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying, guys. Okay, that's it. Fuck you.